Hello, and welcome back to another episode of One Idiot, One Console, because the other one's at work. Obviously today we are back for some more Timberborn, but I am doing a challenge that I have come up with, where I start with 100 adult beavers and see how badly it goes, which, honestly, this is my second take of this video, third attempt, which there would not be this many fucking takes. The first one I failed miserably, and then I switched to easy difficulty, which is what I'm playing on right now, and filmed an entire, hour-long episode of this game because the point of it is to not lose any beavers to, hunger or thirst, and to get to a point where I'm confident that they will survive and everybody's housed. So, if I am constantly micromanaging beavers, I am not confident that they will survive yet. But if everybody's got a house, they're pretty much self-sustaining. I could, improve upon the society, but, it's at a point where, if I just left them alone and, left the room, they'd be fine. Then we're at a good point. Which I'm not gonna include bad tides and stuff in that, just because for the most part, A, it's gonna take a really long time, and I don't want to make you guys sit through, a 5-hour straight episode. Especially because this is going in the 12 for 1 specials, so happy whatever you celebrate. But yeah, so, I filmed that entire video, got it to a point where I was gonna end the episode, and then looked over and realized that I had been recording the second screen for some fucking reason, and not the screen that we need to be looking at. So, rip. Anyway, without further ado. I just had to let them do that, because that's fun every time. So the second time that I played this, I was playing it on this map. So I'm gonna do basically what I did before. With some little bonus things that didn't happen before that totally could have. Which I am putting in, a lot of things to do whatever the fuck needs to be done, for a reason. Previous episodes, I was only not succeeding, because I was not going hard enough with the resource gathering. So, I have learned my lesson, and I will now be resource gathering like crazy. I've also learned that I can make this area green, very quickly by destroying this, so I'm not going to build housing over here, which was what I did before. I'm going to build it on this side. Yeah, no, so pretty much what I've found is you want to get food and water up and running in a way that you can recreate it, almost immediately. Because it ends up going very badly if you don't do that. Very quickly. I lost, a whole colony. Actually, I'm not gonna put that there. I lost a whole colony within a couple of minutes of starting, because I underestimated what I was gonna need. Also, the next thing that I'm gonna do is make it possible to put a dam across somewhere in this area. Which the other thing that I learned is you should definitely not be doing this entire thing in dam, because that requires a lot of wood. Also, I generally do perceive this to be an important move, but I do think it's a good idea to get a lumber mill up and running pretty quickly. Just so that you don't have to worry about it later, and you can get, pretty much as soon as you have the science for it, which is one of the next buildings I'm building, as soon as you have the science for it, you can get the lumber mill up and, or not the lumber mill, the forester. Jeez. Forester. I know English. You can get the forester up and running, and as soon as you have a forester up and running, you're, winning. You know what? The other thing I noticed is they don't reproduce unless you put buildings up for that pretty quickly. So that's one of the things that I'm also changing about the way that I was previously playing this, is getting some housing up and running. Not this is not going to be the first thing that we do here, but, like, this is going to be in there. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all of these buildings down, and then I'm going to go through and prioritize the stuff that I want done first. So, like, because I'm not worrying about how many jobs I've got going on, because I literally have 100 beavers. I'm just going to worry about putting down stuff to make these things happen quickly. Which I am, as much as I don't normally want to, I am going to completely deforest that area, because last time I wound up needing it for food pretty quickly anyway. Because the problem is, like, 3 farmhouses is not going to support 100 beavers, which I didn't realize would be the case last episode. I don't want this to spread this way. I want to put food right here, which is going to be one of the things that I set up. That section never really manages to be able to grow anything. Which I'm only going to put this down to here this round. I think I was able to grow food up there the last time, so I'm going to do that real quick. Because I want to get pretty much as much of this up and running as quickly as I can. I'm also going to do something kind of funny here and put down a one of those real quick, but kind of because I just don't care where I put it. Actually, I think I'm going to just put a 3rd farmhouse here, because I wound up needing all 3 of them to manage a field of the size that I'm eventually going to create here. Alright, let's see. So I've got this area going. I'll be able to plant back here pretty quickly once I get that demolished. Let's go ahead and set that up for doing. So then I get all of that into there. I need science. Oh, I've already got that. Cool. Alright, let me see. So I want one of these set to planting specifically, and then the other 2 I want set to harvest, because that does end up helping quite a bit. This area, I'm going to allow them to pick the berries and then get rid of the berry bushes through here so that we can plant carrots through. I'm going to need some water storage. Oop, nope, that's in storage, not water. Which I'm going to set that up to supply already just so that I've got that ready. Alright, that should do for now. Alright, so then we go through and we prioritize the things that we want prioritized. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and prioritize these 2. I'm going to prioritize these 2. I'm going to prioritize this 1. Next level down, I want all of these up and running. I want these. And we'll start with some housing. And then, yeah, I think that'll do for now. Oh yeah, and then I want that one to be, don't worry, like, I don't want them to build that one until it becomes necessary. So I'm hoping that they're going to get the farmhouses done pretty quickly, but they're going to get the water done first just because of the order in which I placed things. Taking a sip of my drink. Everybody else do the same. Alright. So once they've cleared out, like, this tree, I'm going to put another house, and I'm going to try and make a row of houses. Maybe not going all the way back, but I want to have, like, a massive block of housing over here. Which is not how I would normally play this, but because I'm not going to have this very quickly, science, I'm not going to be able to unlock bigger housing. Because I need to focus on specifically getting the forester first, so that I can have a constant supply of lumber. And then just worry about other crap. Which previously I put my grills up here, which I think I'm still going to do. Oh, previously I'd put that back one. I might change that in a minute here. There's going to be a lot of sleeping on the ground to begin with, so be ready. Okay, good. We've already got carrots up and running. That is excellent, because that was previously the thing that kept taking me out. We've got wood going. Where do I have this? Yeah, that's fine, I think. I'm gonna change probably when that goes eventually. Well, let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna add that to the next level down. Okay, cool. We've got enough that we can put more houses down. Which, again, normally I would not be doing this all in these because I find them to be inefficient, but, like, today we're playing it different. I think I am gonna go... Whoop. Bumped a bottle with my hand. Actually, that's not a bottle, that is a salt shaker. You don't need to know. You don't need to know. Alright, so I'm just gonna let them kind of get to those when they get to them. This is good, we've already got immediate things built and running. Alright, what do I have next in the list? Alright. So I think I'm gonna demote these, actually, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna focus on getting across, before... Which, that is not super efficient, but I remember last time I did not have the science to get this stuff done as quickly as I would have liked. So I'm gonna do it different this time. I'm also gonna kind of do how I, do this field area a little bit differently. Yeah, which that's gonna go that way, but I also eventually am going to need a path here. Just resetting things the way that I had them before. Let me see if I can get to... Not quite. Alright, so I am still gonna make a branch off of this path, which is gonna go this way. Which this is gonna be my main lumber production area, so I'm kind of setting things up for it ahead of time. What else do I need over here? Well, I need the actual guys to cut down the wood, so I'll put them down. Alright, and then let me see what the range on this looks like. I think that's going to be the best spot right there, so I'll remember I'm going to put him there. I can't actually set anything up for planting yet, but I'm going to set things up for cutting, so that I know where I intend to. Which I am going to turn pretty much this entire area into a little forested zone. And then in that way, I will also be able to mark where this is. Actually, I should ahead of time leave this space open for a zip line so that I'm smart. Alright, which these guys can get all the way down here, so I'm just going to go ahead and mark this area. Unmark the paths because they bug me. Somebody else is bound to be bothered. By the time I get over here, theoretically, I won't need berries, so I'm going to leave that alone. Although, actually, it might not be... Well, eventually I'm going to put some chestnut-type stuff over here somewhere. I'm also going to set up this dam, which I think I decided I'd only really need, like... How many water source blocks do I have up here? A lot. Okay, I might need more than that many dams. Let's just do, like, 5 in the middle, and see how that goes. Once I have the ability to build levees, I will build them. We're gonna go ahead and mark things over here for when exactly we want them made, because they're gonna get over here pretty quickly. This is already going better than the last episode, if anyone's curious. Which I am still kind of upset that we changed it to record one fucking video, because sometimes a game opens on a screen and there's no way to get it to not be on that screen anymore. So you kind of just end up stuck with whatever you have, which is really irritating. Alright, what have I got right there? That's another farm. And then I do want to... This is going to be carrot storage. I think I'm going to have a lot of food storage back here in a minute. Alright, good. And we've got science up and running, which means that we will have the ability to have the lumberjack, or not the lumberjack, the forester pretty quickly here. Alright. Oh yeah, and I still need to increase my work hours, which I guess they only need like 3 hours of sleep, and they're all just going to kind of flop somewhere around here anyway. Good, we are already picking up carrots, which is a good sign, but last time that almost did not save us, so we'll see. Alright, now that we have no goods in stock, I feel like we only really need 2 of those to run that field. Again, theoretically, by the time... Wow. I love just the number. Look at the parade of beavers. Alright. We are gonna run low on food pretty soon here. That's fine for now. Water's doing okay. Speaking of which, we can get another one in here. Alright. So again, we are vibing. Alright, we've got some housing going up. I think I am going to raise the priority of this, which I intended to do initially. I think I only raised it for these. My bad. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise that to neutral priority, and I'm going to raise this to higher priority. Let's also get that up and running soon, because I want to make sure that, I don't think the first drought's going to hit until around day 12, but just in case it does. Take a sip of my drink at the mention of drought. Alright, good. Other than that, we've got trees replanting themselves plentifully. Some of them are already grown. That's great. We're going to run out of wood pretty soon, though, which would be the part where we hope we can get over here quickly. Which I am going to go ahead and unlock that ahead of time and make it very high priority so that they just get this shit done. Which means the next thing we can do. Alright, so what I want to do is I want to start out with some pine just for the sake of some, like, not simplicity, for the sake of, we need tree fast, pretty much. Yeah, because I'm going to put a zip line right there. Alright, so we've got pine over here. I'm going to make this area oak as well. Once this all gets growing, that's going to be excellent. These are going to take a little while to get going, but that's fine for the moment. We're getting pretty close over there. Alright. And then I'm going to go ahead and do my next move, which is getting them close enough via path to demolish this, which that should do it. Let's just send somebody over there real quick to get that done. Here they come. Who's getting it? Reggie. Which that's gonna fuck with my water physics, actually, so once somebody's got that thing demolished, I'm gonna slow down the game a little bit so that the water physics don't fuck me. Whoop. Okay, hopefully that should not do crazy things. I get the feeling it's going to do crazy things. Yeah, okay, doesn't matter. Just let it happen. Yeah, it's gonna kind of tidal wave over there for a minute, but that's fine. Alright, so now I have more space where I can put more food, which is excellent news. I think I'm gonna eventually turn this into a potato field on this side, which can only go to there, one past where the dam is. That's cool. Oh, we're getting pretty close here. Yeah, alright, they'll be able to get that done. That's perfect. Okay, so we're seemingly doing alright on food. I'm gonna start another small carrot field over here, which is not gonna be permanent, just in case. Nuno! Nuno! I seriously have no idea who that is or why that pops up. Not my computer, not messing with it. But that's so funny. Like, the concept of whoever that is eventually watching one of these videos and going like, wait, why am I getting shoutouts all the time? Alright, return back to the hive mind, children. Okay, so that's done. I can go ahead and demolish this. And let the trees do their thing. Be nice if we could get this off screen some way. I guess we could just block here and then block here and then we could access that, but I'm thinking I'm probably going to use this for the first scrap source. Which this is great, I've got that happening. Now I can send beavers over here to get a whole bunch more wood in the interim. Which, admittedly, I did not think of last time, because I'm stupid. And mow them all down, boys. And girls, and whatever. Don't care what you are. Get some trees. And it bugs me when I've got hella open space and I don't really have a lot better to be doing, so we're doing this for a second. I'm not gonna, like, really do... I'm just going through, like, little areas. Which my eventual plan is to dam up this river so that it flows over here, put in a nice bridge of levees, which actually to get up there I would be near here anyway, so I might as well just get scrap while I'm there. And then flood through here, which you have to remove this at the end too, or it'll just continue to flood. And then also while I'm at it, I'm going to get the beavers down here to do this area. And then I'm going to straight up just blow up a line down here or over to here, doesn't really matter, and flood this. Which we'll see if we can get there by the time I trust that this map is going to do well. And then whenever this video is, like, up and posted and everything, if y'all want to see more of this specific map, like if you want to see me play more to do with the 100 beavers, let me know and I will come back. And we will play more. I am, as always, happy to. Alright, which we're doing pretty good right now. Haven't lost anybody yet. It's only day 11. Not a bad thing. Which I'm gonna start the little decoration move here. Which isn't gonna do a lot, but it'll, oh, do those? Yeah, that doesn't hit across the street, huh? Alright, I only need the one there. Actually, that's not gonna work there, because they can't reach that. So we're gonna just reorder a little bit. There we go. I still put them in the back. God, I'm dumb. Okay, let's get this back in here and just put them down so that I'm less stupid and know where things are. Voila. Finito. Alright. So we're doing alright on food. Obviously running low on logs, that's fine. Which I don't have the actual things to make logs, so let's go ahead and get that shit done. How many does this need? 15. Well, we'll see if something grows up here in the next couple of minutes. Oh yeah, or we should be able to get stuff from over here. Okay, so that should be done pretty quickly here. Yeah, they're already like a third of the way done. Sick. 8 more. Yeah, 1 more, and we have enough to completely finish that, so that's good. I just gotta keep an eye on that so that it doesn't, like, process all of my wood. Because I only need it to process, I think, 7 planks. Yeah, I just need 7 planks. So, once we've got that running, like, once we have 7 planks, I'm gonna pause this. So that it doesn't, again, process all of my wood. Because that's not what we want. Like, specifically not what we want. Alright, so we're starting to do pretty good on crops here. Which, once we get to a point where I'm, like, confident with it, which I might have to set up a gatherer over here, I don't know yet. We'll see, because I think they eat twice a day, but I don't remember. Oh, shit. Not bad. There we go. Oh yeah, and I've got this area cleared out so I can go ahead and set up ahead of time. I want to still be able to get past here, you know. I'm gonna leave them staggered. Oh, look, it's built like real world. I think I'm gonna... Yeah, I'm kind of having fun building this with, like, real world logic to it, so... And then I can just put, like, little things in between. Oh, my bad. Wrong way. But yeah, no, like, now instead of putting the bushes on the roof, or I could do, like, larger decorations down here that'll hit all of... Oh, man, that's good. Alright. Now I know. Sure. Yeah, I think that makes it less. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so all of that's happening, which will increase the lifespan of my beavers, because we've already had a couple die of old age. Let's go ahead and bump the priority of this a little bit, just for the ones that already exist. Alright, so we are already at a point where I'm pretty confident that the beavers are going to live, so at this point we just need to work on housing. For the goal of the episode, at least. Yay! Which I'm also probably going to work on just, like, random improvement of beaver society, which I don't know if it's going to be... Yeah, I could get up there just, like... Let's see. If I went, like... So I could do a triple staircase up to here. And then a staircase up there, and a step up there. Access. Yeah, okay, I could do that. And then that gets me up to there as well, which means I can do more stuff over there. And then once I have this whole area greened out, I can have a lot of trees going on. Alright, which we've currently got 30 beavers housed. Does that make sense with the number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 10. Okay, 30 beavers. That's 5 there, 6 here, so that's 11 more houses, which would be 33 more beavers, which would get us up to 63. And then 12 more here, which would get us up to... God, fast math. 75. So then 25. 25 is not divisible by 3, right? No. So 25... What would get me the closest to 100? 24 is 8. But that's one short. I think I'd rather opt for a couple of extra beavers, so let's go for 9 more houses. Yeah. Which I'm going to continue to create our subdivision over here then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sick. Literally just need 2 more. 8. 9. Yay! Okay, path up the ones that aren't already pathed. Let's go ahead and get a tooth grindstone down here somewhere. Yeah, I think that belongs in the middle of town. Further improve my beavers' lives. Alright, which I think we need to start reassigning priorities. So let's get these going. Let's get one of these going for fun. And then let's get another little bit of our housing structure going here. Oh yeah. You need to... Well, you've already made 13, whatever. You're full up anyhow, so... That's cool. Let's get that done real quick, because that only takes 5 logs. In the meantime, I have developed science. So the first thing I want to do is get these in here so that I can finish moving this over. Let me see if there is an easy plan for bad water. Not really. Well, I guess I could create, kind of a water gate up here. Yeah, let's have a look-see. They can handle their own shit right now, so I'm gonna... Ooh, sneaky shit, I like that. I'm not gonna worry about that, that's just gonna be a neat thing that I know about this map and nobody else needs to. Alright, so I'm thinking... That's a little bit excessive, but, like, not really... Okay, let me get this thing back on here. Okay, so let's go here and here, just so I know I'm doing this in this location. And then I'm gonna get sluices eventually, which I have enough science to unlock right now, but I don't know that it really matters. Okay, and then I'm gonna have... Is this the best spot to do this? Not really. Whatever, I'm leaving it for now. So we're gonna get these running this way. And off the map. Which that's gonna need to be... You know, let's not make that tall then. How about... Alright, so that'll go that way. That's fine. That can just do its thing in that direction. For this section... What size am I gonna need here? Okay, so I'll only need 2 high. Yep, I'm fine with unlocking these right now. Which I'm aware I am making this less cost-effective as I go. I don't care. Please? I just... Are these not connected? Oh. Okay, that's fine. Alright, and then... My plan... Alright, so then my plan is to put in sluices right here that will stop bad water from coming out this way and just shunt it off the map in that direction. Okay, which I'm gonna need more of these for... which if you're not quite sure what I'm doing right now, I joke that I'm not either, but I actually do have a plan right now. So what I'm doing right now with raising everything up is creating a nice basin, because there's nowhere easy to jettison anything else aside from this way, but I would rather green this entire area than cause problems. Can you reach that one in the bottom right? Yes, you can. I just haven't marked it for cutting then. Alright, let's see. Cool. 3 more trees. Alright, so eventually I'm gonna get them up here and rolling with that. Kinda waiting until this guy's finished planting things. They're doing nicely over here. Alright, I think it's probably time to start some fuck shit with, food production. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, which is what I did last time. Which we're gonna do grilled potatoes and grilled spatterdock, respectively. Actually, you know what? I know this kind of makes the pathing awkward, but also it makes it a little bit easier for where I put certain things. Alright, and then I heard that the singular storage gets fucky, so we're gonna not do that. Alright, so this will be obtain potato, obtain spatterdock, and supply grilled spatterdock and grilled potatoes, respectively. Alright, so we're having deaths of old age now, which is where stuff gets kind of concerning, but I've also still got like 30-something. I thought that said Parker. I was like, that is a normal-ass name for this. Alright, let's see. Has everybody experienced bush? Yeah, mostly. Alright. Here comes the flood. Every fucking year. Alright, so we're pretty much full up on berries, so I'm probably gonna start the demolishing of this, but... Let me, up the priority a little bit of the potato stuff. Which I think I'm also gonna get a hauling post up and running, just because I can. Why not? Alright, so we're increased that. That's perfect. Alright, now we need to actually plant some potatoes. I don't think they're gonna... I'll try growing them on contaminated ground and just see what happens. I don't know that they can reach this far, actually. Okay, all of them can. We're fine. So they'll start planting those potatoes today, which is good. That means it'll start going. Oh, we are having a lot of old age deaths. Alright, this is gonna get worrying soon. You know what I think we might need? Well, yeah, we're out of wood anyway, so that's not exactly the best thing. Let's see how quickly that should be the fastest growing right now. 64%, 62%. Yeah, so we've got like 5 days left until we've got more wood. That is only at 26%, which blows. Knowing that I can't do this, like, resource-wise yet, I am gonna start getting them up here just because I've already been thinking about how to do it, so I might as well execute the plan before I forget to. Yeah, I could do that straight lined up. We'll just throw you in there, throw that in, bada bing, bada boom, and we're up. Actually, I will want that to go that way. So I'll put a couple of lumberjack flags up here just to get this wood. Get this wood, the beaver equivalent of get this bread. Alright, so we'll let them get all of that. I'm gonna leave that just in case they spread in the meantime, because this is gonna be a minute. Alright, so we're gonna have that going. Metal. Yeah, I have enough to unlock that, why not? Actually... Supply... Scrap. Copy, paste. You can go away. Then I'm gonna see if I can get that one to be able to reach down here. Yeah, that'll get part of it. At that point, I think I'm just gonna put a guy down here. I don't care about these regrowing. Then obviously these are dead, so they can just go. Alright. Then I'm going to set that to highest priority, so that it's ready ahead of time. And then once I have the tunnel explosives, I think I'm just going to tunnel in from here and let this fill up. And also once I've built across there. Have I pathed that? No, and they won't be able to reach the end of it without it. You know what? Might not be a bad idea to plan ahead of time for the ability to get up here. You know, or not. Alright, so we've got 13 beavers sleeping rough right now. 62 total beavers. Alright, and I am right, they cannot plant in this area, so I will go ahead and unmark that. Because it don't matter. Alright, and we do have one of these up and running, which is excellent. I know I said I was going to pause that, but now I'm just leaving it going. Alright, and then that's got like a day or two on it, not quite a full 2 days. 36, 37... So 37% of like 30 days. It's got like 20 days left to go. That's fun. Actually 37%, that might be closer to 15, but still, long time. Once they get going though, that's going to be very helpful. In the meantime, I'm still using these trees. We've got a nice ripple going on with the crops, so we're not worried about it. Hi, what? I think that's just from hunger and thirst. It should resolve here momentarily. Indeed it has. This is fun. This is more like the difficulty level when you first play this game. Which I know I've created like the most inefficient path for them here. I don't really care right now. I'm having fun. Okay, I realize what I'm doing. Stopping. Yeah, we're just waiting on wood now. Alright, well. I figure I am now confident in that if I were to walk away right now, they'd be fine. Like, they're now harvesting more wood. Which ironically I managed to do that in about the time of a normal episode, so... Yeah, if y'all want to see me play any more of this, like this with 100 beavers, like this specific map, if you want to see me do this on harder difficulties, yeah, which we still got 12 free beavers even after that, so they're gonna get through everything. But no, yeah, if you... Oh my god, we only got the new well-being high score because a whole bunch of the ones that weren't happy died. Oh no. That's horrible. Well, anyway, at this point, I'm pretty confident that they can handle themselves and that they're gonna continue to have a functioning society and not die. I think at this point, even if we do have a bad tide roll through, we'll be fine. So, no longer worried. Everything's going well. Yeah. Alright, so, like I was saying, if you want to see me play this, in, like, any other version, if you have any other challenges you want to see me do, if you have anything at all, like, seriously, just let me know, and we can, I will definitely fucking play it. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the episode here. As always, thank you for watching. I do genuinely appreciate your company. I hope you have a good day, night, whatever it is for you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!